Good evening. This is my intro video to the egg drop project. So I'm going to cover in this video is basically all right here. I'll start off with kind of the first thing that I made, which is down here, which is basically just a proof of concept. It is just a cubed frame made from PCTG. I chose PCTG primarily because it's just stronger than PETG, so dropping it from roughly 10 meters, I can make it lighter and it still hold up and without completely shattering. So this cube obviously is too small now that I've printed it to get an egg in there and allow more travel of the egg, but it was made with 15% infill, so uses a decent amount of material. It weighs about 71 grams, and it also used grid infill, so there was quite a bit of overlap as well as just more material causing it to be as heavy as it is. But I decided that was a good starting point, which brings me to my pyramid here, which is also made out of the same material. It's made out of PCTG. It's actually made by a brand called Fusion, which is based out of here in St. Louis. I was able to make it quite a bit bigger, as well as I chose a pyramid because it allowed me to use less material while still being about just as strong as the cube here, which was made with 5% infill as well as triangle infill because it uses a little bit less material than grid infill, but still just as strong, if not maybe a little bit stronger, as well as I cut the weight down to 44 grams, so able to cut down the weight significantly, which was all made with my Bambu printer. So I was lucky to have that to my disposal for this project. So I guess my reasoning for this is, as my beautiful drawing up here indicates, the longer the impact, the lower the chance of my egg breaking, which I gathered that from the Impulse Momentum Physics Lab that we had not too long ago, which basically says the Newton's second law of force equals mass times acceleration, kind of breaking that down to force equals mass times change in velocity divided by the change in time, while if I increase the time, makes this force a lot lower, therefore giving me a higher chance of the egg not breaking. And so the way I plan on accomplishing this, besides just lowering the weight of my device, is using suspension. I had a little notch in here, so I plan on tying some rubber bands or some sort of like legging material where I can, almost like a sock, and as a cradle I can put the egg in there, tie it up here, and so when this hits the ground, instead of the egg just coming down and hitting the ground, this hits the ground and then the egg still has to travel and stretch with the material down, and these arrows indicate it'll come down and come back up, therefore increasing the time here, which decreases the force.